The SWAT compound comes under fire from an international terrorist who relentlessly and violently pursues a mystery man who was apprehended by Seattle SWAT after a raid went horribly wrong. The movie begins with a SWAT team storming the headquarters of a dangerous drug cartel. As soon as they break in, they are met with fierce resistance, triggering a brutal gunfight. Bullets fly, bodies fall, and both sides suffer heavy losses. Eventually, the SWAT team seizes control, capturing several gang members. While searching the premises, they come across a mysterious container linked to the cartel. Inside, they find a massive man with a scorpion tattoo on his back. Without hesitation, they take him into custody. Meanwhile, aboard a private jet, Lars, the cartel's ruthless leader, receives an urgent call from an unknown figure. The caller informs him that Diego has failed his mission and that Scorpio has been captured. They demand $50 million in exchange for his release. Shocked by the news, Lars immediately contacts Nicholas, a top-tier hacker within the organization. He orders Nicholas to locate Scorpio, who is now being held in a highly classified and brutal prison. Lars warns that time is running out, and if they don't act fast, the situation will spiral out of control. Scorpio is a ghost. No identity, no traces, making it impossible for authorities to uncover any information about him. In the interrogation room, investigators relentlessly question Diego about Scorpio, but he remains tight-lipped, refusing to speak. They try to pressure him into talking, but suddenly, Diego lets out a tense, unsettling laugh. His eyes burn with panic as he issues a chilling warning. Scorpio will kill them all, leaving no one alive. Before anyone can react, Diego slams his head against the metal table, again and again, blood splattering across the room. The entire team is left in shock, unable to comprehend what could have driven him to such an extreme act. Later, Travis visits Scorpio, determined to get answers. He locks eyes with him and demands to know who he really is. Scorpio remains silent under Travis's piercing gaze. Then, he speaks, his voice calm but firm. There's no time for questions. He needs to get out immediately. Travis warns him that soon, 2 men will arrive claiming to be FBI agents. But in reality, they are not. They will demand his transfer, and he must be cautious. Not long after, just as Travis predicted, 2 men arrive. Identifying themselves as FBI agents, they request Scorpio's handover. Suspicious of their behavior, Travis presses them with a series of questions, but they respond only with vague, classified statements. Sensing deception, Travis refuses to comply. The 2 men instantly turn hostile. One lunges at Travis, but he swiftly takes him down. The second man retaliates with brutal force, knocking Travis to the ground and preparing to finish him off. Just as the situation turns dire, reinforcements arrive just in time, saving Travis from certain death. Rushing to Scorpio's holding cell, Travis is stunned to find it empty. Suddenly, Scorpio appears from the shadows and launches a fierce attack, forcing them into an intense fight. His strikes are swift and precise, overwhelming Travis within moments. He disarms him, but instead of delivering a final blow, unexpectedly returns the gun. Scorpio tells Travis that he needs to trust him. Things have already escalated beyond control. Back in his cell, Scorpio faces more questioning. Travis demands to know who the mysterious men were, but Scorpio insists he has no idea. However, he warns that more people will come for him soon. He finally reveals a part of his past. He once served in the special forces before becoming a spy, but more importantly, he possesses highly classified information worth billions, making him the target of countless enemies. Powerful organizations and ruthless gangs are hunting him, and if they don't leave soon, everyone in the facility will be in grave danger. Meanwhile, Lars successfully tracks Scorpio's location and assembles a team of elite assassins to take him down. Scorpio leads Travis to a safe location, but suddenly, he senses something is off. Without warning, he shouts for Travis to get down. A split second later, a sniper's bullet shatters the silence. Gunfire erupts as Lars's men ambush them, trying to abduct Scorpio. Fighting with lethal precision, he takes them down one by one. But before they can escape, another wave of attackers swarms in, unleashing relentless firepower. Despite the chaos, Scorpio and the SWAT team manage to retreat and return to headquarters. But Lars is far from done. He orders Nicholas to infiltrate the building's security system. Within minutes, Nicholas not only breaches the system, but also shuts down the entire power grid, plunging the headquarters into total darkness. A technician reports that they are now completely cut off from the outside world. Scorpio instantly recognizes the tactic. This is the work of a highly skilled criminal organization, isolating its target before striking. Suddenly, the phone rings. It's Lars. He demands that Travis put him on speaker so everyone can hear. Lars makes his offer: hand over Scorpio, and no one else will have to die. But if they refuse, everyone in that building will pay the price. He warns them that Scorpio is far more dangerous than they realize. He's not just a fugitive. He's a mastermind who destabilizes nations, manipulates terror networks, and deceives those around him. Don't let him trick you, Lars says, like he has so many others. Scorpio, unfazed by Lars's words, calmly states that he will surrender in 10 minutes. But only on one condition. Lars must guarantee the safety of everyone in the building. Lars agrees. Inside headquarters, however, Scorpio and the SWAT team waste no time. They know Lars cannot be trusted. These 10 minutes aren't for surrendering. They are for executing the perfect counterattack. Their plan? Open the back entrance to allow special forces to infiltrate while calling for reinforcements to divert Lars's attention. To further deceive him, they introduce a decoy, an operative identical to Scorpio in both build and clothing. Before the final showdown, Scorpio turns to Travis with a warning. There's a traitor among us, he says. Someone has been feeding information to Lars. Because of this, only Travis will be privy to the details of the plan. As Lars's men gather outside, waiting for Scorpio to emerge, he gives the order. His team moves toward the back entrance, preparing for the next phase of the battle. As planned, everything seemed to be going smoothly for Travis's team, until Lars noticed something unusual, a faint flashing light inside the headquarters. This wasn't random. It was a signal from a traitor secretly feeding him information. Realizing the setup, Lars immediately ordered his men to fall back. He had figured it out. This was a trap. Meanwhile, Ja quietly approached a member of Lars's gang who was being held inside the headquarters. After freeing him, Ja gave the man clear instructions: find Lars and deliver an urgent message. Ja was willing to hand over Scorpio in exchange for $50 million and, at the same time, reveal the identity of the traitor. However, the plan took a disastrous turn. The moment the freed henchman stepped outside, he turned on Ja without hesitation, betraying the very person who had just saved him. Before he could do more damage, Detective Ellen appeared out of nowhere, swiftly taking down the traitor. At that exact moment, the headquarters doors burst open. Seeing an opportunity, Lars wasted no time. He ordered his men to eliminate everyone in their path, including Scorpio. The deal was off. He blamed SWAT for breaking their agreement. Inside, the special forces held their ground, responding with a relentless barrage of gunfire. A brutal shootout erupted, filling the air with deafening blasts. In the chaos, a SWAT member was struck and gravely wounded. Knowing she wouldn't make it, she ordered her teammates to retreat, then made a self-sacrificing decision. Carrying explosives, she ran toward the enemy, determined to stop them at any cost. Meanwhile, Ellen found herself locked in a fierce battle with Lars's bodyguard. However, before she could gain the upper hand, Lars attacked from behind, delivering a devastating blow that knocked her unconscious. As SWAT tried to escape, they suddenly ran straight into Lars's men. Outnumbered and with no way out, the situation looked hopeless. But just then, Scorpio rushed forward. "Trust me," he urged. Without hesitation, he drew his gun and fired with deadly precision, taking down enemy after enemy, clearing a path for SWAT to break through. At the same time, Travis and Scorpio moved cautiously through the darkened corridors, scanning every corner for any lingering threats. But Scorpio remained on edge. "We can't let our guard down," he warned. "They may be gone, but we can't be careless." He was right. A hidden enemy lurked in the shadows. Calling out to Lars, Scorpio taunted him. "I know your every move." Moments later, Lars stepped into view, his bodyguard by his side. Their eyes locked with Scorpio's before they launched into a relentless pursuit. Travis stayed close behind as an intense battle erupted. Both sides fought fiercely, neither willing to back down. After a prolonged, grueling confrontation, Lars began to run out of ammunition. Desperate, he tried to fight back, but Travis seized the moment. Exploiting his weakness, he took Lars down and threw him out of the building. Meanwhile, Scorpio and Lars engaged in a brutal one-on-one duel. The fight was ruthless, each landing devastating blows. But in the end, Scorpio delivered a powerful strike, bringing Lars down for good, ending his reign of terror once and for all. Catching his breath, Scorpio turned to Travis, his voice heavy with exhaustion. "I'm tired of always being hunted," he admitted. Then, without warning, he reached into his mouth and pulled out a tooth. Inside was a microchip containing highly classified files. Handing it over, he gave Travis a grave warning. This information, it could bring down entire nations. Suddenly, a gunshot. Scorpio staggered as blood spread across his shirt. Elaine stood there, gun in hand, the microchip in her grasp. At that moment, the horrifying truth came to light. She was the traitor, the one who had been secretly working for Lars all along. She had orchestrated everything, from leaking intel to manipulating the entire situation inside headquarters, but she wouldn't get away. Refusing to let her escape, Travis immediately took off after her. The chase was relentless, but in the end, he caught her, bringing her treachery to an end. Elaine was taken into custody. Just when it seemed like everything was finally over, a paramedic approached Travis. Holding up a sheet-covered body, he asked him to confirm the identity. "We believe this is Scorpio," he said. Travis stepped forward, his eyes scanning the lifeless figure. Then, He made a deliberate decision. Looking at the paramedic, he firmly stated, "Yes, this is him." It was a lie, a necessary one. Scorpio had survived. He had staged his death to escape the relentless pursuit of the gangs. Now, he had vanished, slipping into the shadows, hiding in a remote location, far beyond the reach of those hunting him. But one final truth remained. The data chip Scorpio had handed over, it was a fake. The real microchip, the one holding secrets that could shake the entire world, was still in his possession. End of the movie. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments, like the video, and stay tuned for more recaps.